Hello, hello, hello to all of my wonderful Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. Hopefully you are having a great day today, getting out there, getting that sunshine, removing all the stale energies off your spirit. A lot of people are contaminated with a lot of things, whether you're watching television programs that are contaminating you, which could be the news, it could be social media, different forms of media. It could be talking to people who are just not on the same frequency as you. But yes, hopefully you're going out there getting that sunlight, removing that stale energy off of your spirit so that you can continue to just shine, shine, shine. All right, Capricorns, we're going to get into it. You all know that this is a general reading. These cards right here are the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. These cards right here are the Sacred Self-Care deck by Jill Pyle. This, again, is a general reading. If you're interested in a personal one, my information is down below. Let's do this thing. Let's go. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Capricorns, the goats, the greatest of all time. Sea goats, to be exact, in every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have for my wonderful Capricorns? Now, Capricorns, listen, I want you all to start this thing off right by saying who you are. I am a God. I want you to say it, I am a God. That just means that you're a creator. You're not trying to be someone else's God, and you're certainly not making them or your job. You're not making a person, place, or thing your God, right? And you're not trying to be their God. But I want you to say, I am loyal. I am hardworking. I'm a team player. I am ambitious. I am classy. I'm responsible. I have great discipline, self-discipline, great self-control, and I'm a great manager of money, people, and time. And this is even for my cross-watchers who have been in relationships with Capricorns. Capricorns are some amazing spirits, really, really some amazing spirits. So Capricorns, I want you all to understand remember what you look like at your highest frequency. Absolutely. Don't let these moon phases trip you up, right? Because we know that this disseminating moon, which is actually a waning gibbous moon, even if you look in the sky tonight and it looks like a full moon, it is giving the appearance of a full moon, but it's actually disseminating. So this is a time to take time to just woosah. Let me just breathe, and understand that you are where you are, and it's okay. You have more cycles to come. You'll have more cycles to come. So yes, I want you all to continue staying focused, continue your planning, continue moving forward. No opportunities are lost. That's what I want people to understand. A lot of times people are like, oh gosh, I should have done this by this time. No. You should not. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. So this is the time where you're just kind of sort of avoiding falling to any kind of a slump. No reason whatsoever for you to fall into a slump, Capricorn, at all. Look at this money in your cards. No time for you to fall into a slump. No time whatsoever. The majority of your cards I'm looking at right now are money cards. By the way, we're talking about the number 4 today. You've been investing in yourself. I want you to keep investing in yourself. See how deep your roots are. Some of you all have been going back to school, taking online classes and classroom classes. Some of you all have been just doing unconventional learning, just doing all kinds of things to invest in yourself, starting to your spiritual journey, and you're starting to see the fruits of your labor. This is why you can't give up, because your roots are very deep. You want to keep going, keep moving forward, right? The moon governs our mood and our emotions and our instinct and all of that. So of course, when the moon starts to disseminate, for some people, they're like, gosh, I had the intensity of the full moon, but now it's abating, right? So now, this is where you're focusing on, okay, I'm just like the little engine that could. I'm going to keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going from that energy, right? And then you follow it up with getting up in the morning and getting out there in that sunlight, removing any doubt, any fear. Remember, the sun removes stale energy from our spirits, right? So this right here lets me know that you all have been in the company of snakes, but snakes even add value to our lives, right? Snakes know how to weave their way into people's lives, and they're very wise. They're very so when you look at a snake, you think, okay, a snake is very calculating. They're very sneaky. And they come and bite you. But then you had to be bitten by a snake to get a jolt in you to say, okay, now I'm going to start listening to my intuition, right? So I want to be able to see that snake coming down the road, right? If I'm standing here, I want to see that snake slithering towards me. Before they get there, then I need to take some action, right? So this is not the time for you to second guess yourself, Capricorn. This is really, really the time for you to say, you know what? I'm going to keep going forward. I trust myself. This is a person who doesn't necessarily trust themselves. This card right here, the Seven of Cups, means temptation. This is across the board. Doesn't matter what tarot card it is, it means temptation, right? So you're tempted to trust yourself, but because you've been bitten by a snake or been in the company of snakes before, the snakes could have been in your family, the snakes could have been old friends, they could have been colleagues or whatever. But now you know exactly what it looks like. And see, you know this person has suffered some kind of trauma because the snake is slithering away, right? And so the snakes may not be in your life anymore, but because you've been bitten by a snake, you still are somewhat traumatized by it, right? Like that post-traumatic stress. You're still traumatized by having been in the company of snakes, but guess what? Now you know exactly what a snake, the energy of a snake, in any form. Now you know exactly what it looks like because you've been bitten by snakes. A lot of you all are looking for new windows of opportunity when it comes to your money, but you're also taking a more conservative approach when it comes to your money, right? When you were in the company of a snake, or snakes, plural, you felt restricted, like you were in bondage, like, oh my gosh, something just feels off about this. The way that the person moved or persons moved, again, it could be family members, it could be friends or whomever, was just not on the same frequency as you, right? But again, snakes know how to weave their way in, picking up wisdom and knowledge. That's why you see snakes as symbols on a lot of things. If you go and just check out, you see it as a medical symbol. You see it in different areas of life because they're extremely wise. They're picking up information where they go. They drop off that skin and they keep on moving forward, right? So there's values even in being bitten by a snake. You didn't die, but you know exactly what it felt like. You have been influenced to some degree, depending on perspective. You may feel like I was contaminated by, but you were actually influenced by this snake. So some of you all are still in trauma mode. Like, okay, I've been bitten by a snake before. I don't trust anybody. I don't even trust myself. Okay, you have to get out of that headspace. Like, okay, I've been bitten by a snake. That snake is gone out of my life. Now I know exactly what it looks like when it's coming my way. And so I know what to do at this point, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. Like I said, Eight of Swords. This is you looking back at your former self like, okay, you know what? My ancestors were around me and they were protecting me this entire time. So you're no longer restricted. This is when you were in bondage. This is where you felt restricted by that relationship, like they were cutting off your air. You've been bitten by a snake and you don't know whether the snake is poisonous or non-poisonous snake. You may feel like you're going to die, like having a panic attack. So it feels like, okay, my air has been restricted. I feel like I can't even breathe in this relationship. It could be a cousin, it could be a parent, it could be a child, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be an old best friend, it doesn't matter who it is. But again, you don't feel restricted anymore. You're looking back at your former life going, wow, that was me. And again, you're learning to trust your instinct more and more and more and more every single day. And guess what? It is making room for you to create multiple streams of income because you're starting to trust the universe. You're starting to say, you know what? I know I'm taken care of because I've been bitten by a snake before where I thought I was going to die. I thought it was just like literally cutting off my air supply. I didn't die. I actually survived it. And so I don't even have to worry about it anymore because I know what it feels like. So I'm not even shocked by it anymore. Right? Yeah. It's like, okay, the first time something happens, you may feel like, okay, it felt like somebody sucked the life out of you, or like, you know, like sucker punched you, like knocked the wind out of you. But it happens again, it doesn't feel the same as it felt the first time, right? And so now your energy is not 100% on that thing. So you're healing from that. And so now it opens up more space for you to create more streams of income for yourself. You're a very, very hardworking person. You're the hardest working sign in the Zodiac, actually. And this is also attached to your money. So you're very down to earth. This is Earth Mother energy, right? This is your card. This is Earth energy card, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So yes, this is you getting back to working hard and focusing like, okay, you know what? That used to be me while I was in bondage. I was nervous. I was scared. I was so traumatized. I couldn't even move past this. But now you're like, okay, yes, I can move past it. And I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with y'all. I'm living my best life, right? So that's exactly where you all are. So let's introduce the number 4. The number 4 symbolizes the real reason for life on earth, right? We are all divine beings of light having a human experience. We are always connected through the triad of creation through to the source, right? To the creator, and we are here to internalize the light into practical real-time results. So again, for you as an earth sign, you had to go through this in order to now really trust the God in you, right? Trust that you are a creator. That's why I always say I am a God. You're not trying to be someone else's God, right? This right here, when you were in this situation, nothing made logical sense. You were like, oh my God, all I know is that I got bitten by snakes, plural, snakes. All I know is that I got bitten by snakes. And even when the last snake slithered away, you were still so traumatized, it kept you here. Like a person who is experiencing post-traumatic stress, right? So now you're looking back at your former self saying, gosh, I remember when I gave so much energy to this snake or snakes, plural, when I gave so much energy to snakes. Now I know that they take themselves out, right? So I don't even have to give any energy to that anymore. Again, with this disseminating moon, I need you all to really stay focused and be okay with where you are. You're in a journey. You're on a journey. You're in a process. You're constantly moving forward. This is where you continue moving forward. No falling into slump energy like, oh gosh, I didn't start my thing this time. I didn't start my business. It's never going to kick off. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're moving towards, you're in a process, right? Yes. If you've been programmed for 20, 30 years and something doesn't pop off the first month, do you stop? No. No. You can recognize, hey, you know what? Maybe I've been in unhealthy relationships my whole life. Maybe I need to get away from that kind of energy. And so this is a new round for you where you're really starting to learn how to trust yourself. Yeah, you're still learning how to trust yourself, like fully trust your intuition, right? So it may be new for a lot of people, but again, you're developing your spiritual gifts every single day. This is the High Priestess card. Let's see if we can get in here close. You're developing your spiritual gifts every single day. So for some people, they're actually welcoming this. You all are cardinal signs. You all are initiators, right? So for some of you all, this may be a welcome change. Like, you know what? My intuition is usually spot on. So I'm going to start trusting my intuition, even if it doesn't make logical sense to me or people around me, right? You're even starting to sleep better because it's like, okay, I want to get back into that dream state. I want to see what kind of dream I'm having tonight. I want to see what kind of dream I'm going to have tonight, right? I want to keep a dream journal, right? I'm even sleeping better. And not only that, you're loving yourself deeper and harder. And guess what? When you fully love yourself, that's what makes you more attractive to people, not your outer appearance. I mean, that's almost superficial to some degree. And I know everybody has their type, but when you love yourself deeper and harder and you're like really loving yourself, more people are attracted to you. Y'all ever meet people that's like physically not that attractive to people? They're like, oh, so-and-so, they're not really cute, but it's just something about them, Like people say that about men, they say it about women. They're not really that cute, but it's just something about them that people are attracted to your energy because of how you love yourself. Everything about you says, I love me. I love myself. So I don't need you to be. So I'm not attracting this kind of energy because of how I love myself. I trust myself. I trust my intuition. So it doesn't matter whether you like me or not, like whether I'm your type or not. I like me. I love me, right? And so your intuition is extremely heightened. Remember I said, so this is the full moon. The intensity of the full moon makes you not even want to be in tricky relationships anymore. You're like, okay, you moving differently, so I'm going to move on out of your way, right? Because I know my value and my worth. Yes, absolutely. Capricorn, your thoughts are becoming a lot. By the way, this is attached to the sign Pisces. This right here is attached to another earth sign, which is Taurus. So you don't need to be in tricky relationships. You're like, tricky for what? I'm not interested in snake relationships, right? I've learned everything I needed to learn, right? I learned everything I needed to learn in a tricky relationship. Now it's time for me to move on, right? And as you continue to ascend, Capricorn, snake behavior, people who bit you and maybe have left you for dead, because sometimes you don't know until, see, now you're more aware. Let me just make this clear, right? Sometimes you need to be bitten by snakes in order to just snap, like jolt you out of this. I need to see it. I need to feel it. It needs to make logical sense to me, because the universe sends you messages in different ways to wake you up, to make you recognize you are gods, you are spirits first, right? You're extremely powerful. You have the ability to speak things into existence, right? So when you first bitten by a snake, you don't know if it's a poisonous snake that's actually going to kill you, or a snake that's just, just like, okay, nervously moving through your life, that was just sent to you to bite you, to strike out at you. And you're like, oh shoot, I feel like I'm about to lose my life. I feel like I'm about to lose air. I feel like like I'm restricted, like my air is restricted. But now you're looking back like, okay, I'm more aware. I'm going to start using my intuition. I know that I am protected. I know that things cannot harm me, right? Yeah. Let's see what the oracle card has to say before we shut it on down. Yes. So again, avoid falling into a slump. The thing that you said that you wanted to do, guess what? Is coming back around. Another opportunity is coming back around. These cycles happen every single month without fail. So just keep in mind that if it took 20, 30, 40, 50 years to condition you to, of conditioning of being bitten by snakes or surrounded by low vibration energy, you're gonna have to be the person that keeps yourself motivated every single day. So journal, like continue to journal, write out all those things that you say, write it out, make it plain. This is where I'm going. I'm starting my podcast. I'm starting my YouTube channel. I'm starting that new business. I'm going to go on this new venture. I'm going to, do everything that you said you're going to do. Write it out so you can see it on paper, so it can make logical sense to you, right? Find out, okay, what is it that I need to do? What did I learn from being bitten by snakes, right? Because again, the moon in general adds more structure and serious hardworking aspect to your lives, Capricorn. This is the way to reach your purpose in a very practical way. So you're taking step by step by step actions moving forward. You're not necessarily looking back to, okay, I was bitten by snakes and all of this stuff happened to me. My family members weren't there. You're just like, okay, I'm moving forward. I know what I know. And you're writing out that list. This is how it's making sense to you, because you're actually writing out a list. You're journaling things. You're jotting down all the names of the people who played some role in distracting you, and you're deciding what value they have in your life. Does this person stay? Does this person go? Do I put this person in a different category? See, Capricorn? Yes, that's what I have for you. So continue journaling. You're headed in the right direction. I want you to keep moving forward and being gentle with yourself. That's what I have for you. Bye.